Welcome to Jurassic Park. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is the fifth film in the Jurassic Park franchise and is directed by J.A. Bayona and stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And this time around, a volcano is erupting that may lead to the destruction of the dinosaurs. And so it's up to Owen and Claire to go to the island and rescue the dinosaurs and take them to a safe haven. However, some men in suits have plans of their own to take the dinosaurs and weaponize them. Okay, first off, I just want to say that this movie is completely insane, dumb, stupid, all of those things. But I can say that I enjoyed myself for a majority of the film, but not in the right way. I did not think this movie was good at all. There's some good stuff about it, but that doesn't make up for all the stuff wrong with it, which is plenty. There were many parts of this film that I found myself laughing in parts that I wasn't supposed to laugh at. There are these moments in the film that are supposed to be very emotional beats, but they play off so overdramatic that you can't help but laugh at them. And I don't think I've ever seen a blockbuster like this that was so unintentionally funny as this was, because this takes the cake. The first time this happens in the film is when they're leaving the island and they're leaving the dinosaurs behind. There's this very sad, almost choral-like music playing, and it's supposed to be sad. Oh, they're leaving some of the dinosaurs behind. And you see this one dinosaur as lava is just coming at them with smoke. And then you see the dinosaur in the smoke fall down, and it's just hilarious. It's so dumb and so stupid. And it was at this point in the film that I was in. I was in as soon as that dinosaur died, because it was so funny. And so I was in for a ride the rest of the time. Which sucks because the first part of the film, the first act, is very dry and very boring, honestly, that I wasn't interested in it at all. I wasn't interested in any of the characters. I found them all boring. The only reason I liked some of these characters was because, well, Chris Pratt is playing Owen, and Chris Pratt's good in everything he does. He's so charismatic, but the character itself is so dull and just uninteresting. Now, you might think, well, it's a Jurassic Park movie. It's a dinosaur movie. Like, you're supposed to have a fun time with this. And I'd say no. You're supposed to have characters you care about. You care about the characters in the original Jurassic Park movie, so you should care about them here. This movie is just being a big, giant, blockbuster, dinosaur action flick. And that's fine, but you need some characters that are likable, and not just actors that are likable, because there's a big difference. So yeah, I didn't like the first act of the film, but the rest of the movie, which I find that a lot of people find the middle of the film very boring, I thought it was a blast, because at that point I didn't care about the film anymore. I was just enjoying myself with the insane stuff that was happening on screen. Some just very stupid stuff. Now, again, I'm going to compare this a little to the original, which maybe isn't fair, but the original has this classic Hollywood kind of feel to it, where this one just has a bombastic Hollywood summer blockbuster feel to it that just feels like every other Hollywood blockbuster I've ever seen before. There's nothing new about it that makes it unique or interesting. But in this second part of the film, the rest of the movie actually takes place in this big mansion, which I find kind of cool. It was very much more small scale than I originally thought. I was hoping for dinosaurs running through the streets of, like, New York or something, but I didn't get that, but what I got was really, really fun and dumb at the same time. As I said, the villains in our movie are just guys in suits. These are guys you've seen throughout other movies. There's nothing interesting about them, and all they want is money. That's as deep as this gets with the villains. They just want money, and they create yet another dinosaur that wreaks havoc, and it's just so satisfying watching some of this stuff happen because it's so dumb. And I like a good, bad, dumb movie, and this is one of my favorites that I've seen in a while because I was laughing constantly at the film, which should be a problem, but it wasn't for me because hey, if it's making me laugh, it's doing something right, just not in the way they expected it. During this part in the film, we also get introduced to this young girl character who is kind of interesting at first, but then they do this weird, stupid plot twist later on in the film that I would not spoil here, but I'm just going to spoil it because you might have seen it already, but it's just really dumb. It turns out that she is a clone. The people that have made the dinosaurs have now made clones of people, and this is one of them, and it's just so stupid, but I was just enjoying it the whole time. I was just clapping or just laughing. It was just so incredibly dumb. There's other parts in the film that I legitimately like and think work well, such as when the girl character hides in her bed and the genetically modified dinosaur comes up to her to basically terrify her, and it's actually really scary and kind of creepy, but it's eventually ruined by some more dumb action, and that's the problem with this movie is just it doesn't know what it wants to be. There's moments of horror, but then there's moments of comedy, there's moments of action, adventure, and they don't meld together at all. It's just a very muddled film that just doesn't know what it wants to be. And it's disappointing because I can see this movie being legitimately fun, but it's just got so many problems with it, with uninteresting characters, uninspired villains, and just retreads of stuff we've seen before. It's just incredibly dumb, and when it tries to be serious, it ends up being funny, and that's a big problem with it. However, as dumb as the movie got, it made me want a sequel to this film. I want to see the sequel to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom because the film does something in the third act of the film that basically opens up the gate for something really insane and crazy, and I just think will be a blast unless it's boring, which then, well, I'm already disappointed. Overall, guys, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is just an incredible mess of a movie with not exactly knowing what it wants to be, being unintentionally funny, and just boring in the first third of the film. The rest of the film, though, is a complete blast for all the wrong reasons, and honestly, I could see myself watching this again, but I can never say I love this movie. It's just not that great. And with that said, I give Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom a 4 out of 10. Guys, this was a really dumb film, but it was really fun to watch for all the dumb, weird stuff that happens in the film. But overall, it's nothing special. Anyway, guys, with all that said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review.